it was okay to get in those showers.
Gotta get in those showers.
You gotta get in those dang old showers for sure.
That reminds me of, was it Shower with Your Dad Simulator, right?
No.
I need that game.
Have you never heard of it?
It often goes on sale for $69.99. No, wait, 69 cents.
Aw, aren't they just funny people, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a stupid, cute little game. I've never played it, but I've seen it.
It's a stupid, cute little game, Nicole, 2019.
It's true. It's just, I don't know, whatever.
My name is Nicole. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. And then I do the Rick burp. And then I say I'm Pick Rick. And I go up on like a Burger King counter and I just like dance around. And I say, give me my sauce. Give me my sauce. And then.
Sounds like that could easily be turned into a porno.
We're always in our clubhouse getting high. Super fuckers. Everybody wishes we would die. Super fuckers. Here we come like a bomb. Everybody fucking run and hide.
Hey, it's the Rebel Taxi Pizza Party podcast. I am Pan Pizza, and I think I'm too good for this shit because recently I got a graphic design commission. So we'll see how that goes.
Suck my dick.
Oh. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. Let's since we've been doing this for God, how long now have we been doing this? Like 10 years? 18?
2-3 years?
Yeah, something like that. We should probably do the introduction rotation. We should probably do it in order of who came in to the podcast. So I'll start. I'm Nolan.
State your names.
I've been on this podcast for over 5 years now. It's 6 years. 6 is the number of the beast.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, 2013. 2013. It was when my parents split up that this podcast
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I love that that's the marker. That's the memory marker.
Well, yeah. Well, what else would it be?
We've been doing this shit for 4 years.
6 years. It's been 6 years, Pan.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Okay. Next, who you be? Ibsy.
Oh, hi guys. I'm Izzy. I'm the worst thing that happened to this podcast. Apparently.
Oh,
hell yeah.
No, it's fine. I like it.
That is not true because we had Digibro on.
Rude.
I don't know who that is.
What did he do?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and we
wait. We should if we're gonna keep going for divorces, I'm the reason why my parents got divorced. It turns out my mom had sex with my dad and her husband wasn't a fan of that.
Oh. Well,
it's funny because it's true.
What?
No, but it's legit. That's my back.
That's a story, huh?
Yeah. Well, you're not the worst. We still got Emily and Stephanie. Should I bring them in?
Should I? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Nicole.
Hey, everyone.
I'm Nicole.
Oh.
I go by Shnikkles on everything that I do online. Hi. And you know what? If we're going off of the trend of like parents being divorced, my parents are like recently divorced. Hey, what's up?
Oh,
love is dead, everyone. Love is dead.
It really is dead. Fuck love. Fuck love and fuck hate.
Oh.
We laugh.
Deb on the haters.
Yeah, we like to laugh here at Pizza Party.
Who are you? Schnickles or
what do I do? Oh, should I? Okay.
Yeah.
I work as a board revisionist on Steven Universe right now.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and I also work on this comic for Oni Press that's not out yet, but it's called Pizza Run. So hey, pizza.
I'm a pizza. I can enjoy this.
Otherwise, I don't see why I should care. Because Ramona is like my wife.
Yeah, it's got lots of Scott Pilgrim cameos in it. Working closely with Brian Lee O'Malley, you know? Not true. Please don't follow it for that.
Brian Squee O'Malley.
Did you know bread makes you fat?
Bread makes you fat.
And then it gets really like bass dropped on the fat.
Oh.
Yeah. Or bass boosted rather, whatever.
Yeah.
We like to have fun here, guys.
Scott Pilgrim's every fuckboy's favorite anime.
Shut up. I hate
it's
you.
true, though. We all look after watching. Look, didn't we all want to have like a blue haired GF, green hair? You know,
I feel like I wanted blue hair at a point in my life.
Whenever I think about Scott Pilgrim, I always think of that like over the head guy meme where it's like, whoa, this guy has a cool girlfriend. And it's like everybody in this series is a terrible person and needs to be held accountable for their actions.
No, it's fine. They're cool. It's all right.
I had a red streak in my hair before in high school. I was Shadow the Hedgehog.
So whenever I ask,
wait, it was based off Shadow the Hedgehog?
Well, like that was my that was my like inspiration, I guess. I don't know.
Oh no, honey.
Oh boy,
I'm so sorry.
What's wrong with having a hair inspired by Shadow?
Okay, first of all, Stephanie, stop.
What? What did I do?
We should warn Nicole. I should warn you. Pan likes to like do this joke roleplay thing where he pretends he's like two of his sisters. So don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, got it.
It's we don't know. We don't know if it's a joke. We don't know if it's a joke. We don't know if he gets off by it. But we just like roll with it.
Oh, I'm a separate person.
That'll be a nice guessing game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
why are you guys being so mean to my little sisters?
Oh my God! Please shut up. But before we did the formal introduction, we were doing our little pre-show bit, and Nicole said she had a very interesting story about Doug Walker, which I've been dying to hear about, might I add.
It's not, I feel like I'm going to disappoint because it's not like so much a story, but it's just like a weird encounter. Well, like, okay, so
even the weird encounters make me happy because I have one of my own. I've done a lot of cyber sleuthing in my, let me just say, but go on.
Okay, so for those who don't know, it's not an important thing, but I used to go out with this dude named JonTron who has like a YouTube thing. And he did a bit with Doug Walker. I don't remember what it was. It was food fight. Was it? Okay. It was something.
Yeah, where John's like
Yeah, it was something like that. John didn't feel like editing down the footage, so he just sent the raw footage to Doug, and he was like, "Here you go." And like Doug like put up the raw footage without asking. Like he didn't like, and I was in it, and John didn't like screen it for like any like damning information. like I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like it was just sort of like
no. So
it was just like this weird thing where Doug just like
on top of the green screen, John forgot that he like taped up your guy's social security information.
Yeah, that's it. That was my only like ever thing about Doug Walker. Besides that, I don't know anything about him.
Yeah. we here at the Pizza Party podcast, our lawyers have contacted us saying that we are not allowed to make accusations towards Doug Walker. However, there is a lot of speculation one can make, like that he is in fact a big fan of bondage. But that's a story for another day and not live recording. I'm just going to leave you all to speculate on what I'm talking about. I have proof. I've told people the proof, but I'm gonna hang on to it and hoard it like the little rat bastard I am. So, that is very interesting to hear that Doug Walker quite possibly posted your social security info. I'm very sorry. If you see any bad Dragon transactions on your credit card, it is not me. I just want to make that very clear. That was not me.
Okay, I promise. You know, I've been wondering. I saw a couple and I was like, oh, is it this random guy Nolan that I've talked to maybe once or twice? Oh, it's not. Okay, now I know it's not. That's my Doug Walker story. Uh-oh. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
My apartment is very bad at forwarding the mail to previous tenants, or the tenants are bad at changing.
Oh yeah, mine too. Yeah.
This guy named Larry Hughes, I got his social security information, so if I wanted to, I could steal his identity, but I'm not going to because that's a federal.
Isn't that fucked up? You think about that?
Yeah, that is really fucked up. I have this guy's social security information just sitting on my counter, and like at any moment, it's kind of like a Lovecraftian thing.
Whoa!
You open up this envelope and you could ruin somebody's life by proxy.
It's crazy. We have a couple people that I guess they just didn't fucking, I don't know, they didn't change their address to have their mail sent to their address. So we just get like there's two people that used to live in our apartment that we get their mail and we're like, what do we do?
My roommate said post his info on the podcast. No.
No.
God damn it, Spo.
That's illegal, possibly.
Not possibly.
Very
it's
illegal. Very much illegal.
No, it's clearly a gray area.
Morally illegal or
I guess morally
legally illegal?
I don't know. I don't know enough about this.
Not even a moral thing. It's just straight up illegal. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
It depends on who you talk to.
Look, it's okay to break the law as long as you're morally, about it. Morally...
The law is the law.
Yeah, but sometimes unjust things are the law, so you gotta fight back.
Come on, Nolan. It's 2019. Be gay, do crime. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Remember the 5th of November. Am I right, fellow gamers?
Yeah, I wish Ramona Flowers is real.
I'm a real gamer, too.
In 2022, gaming has been outlawed.
Oh, man.
No!
My games. Don't take my Xbox 360.
For dramatic moments, I always like to think of like that one bit from Watchmen, where it's just like, I don't know, it'll be something like, we looked up at him and we said, give us back the games, and he looked down and he said, no.
Whenever I think about gaming being outlawed, I think of that video where this kid's dad takes his games and runs them over with a lawnmower.
Oh no! Did that happen?
Classic.
Yeah, no, that video bothers me quite a bit. But
oh yeah, that's screwed up. Don't
it
do
is
that.
screwed up. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Do not do that. Do not destroy your child's property. That is
their. You instead of buying them, destroying their games, why not just buy them like the Bible game on Xbox?
Yeah. If you really want to punish a kid, like for Christmas, buy them shitty games, and then on their YouTube channel. It's like, what is this shitty game?
Nolan.
What is this? A big duty?
Have you seen Polygon's new video about the Sonic Bible?
I don't watch shitty web content.
Oh, fuck off, man! I've watched all your stuff.
I feel rude.
I feel like I should know what the Sonic Bible is.
I don't know what Polygon is. I know everyone hates them, so I'm just going along with the trend.
But what is?
So Polygon has a series called Unravel, and it's super good.
Yeah, it's like the only thing I watch on there anymore.
Agreed, 100%.
It's basically the BuzzFeed Unsolved of
Sure.
Sweet.
It's got a very charming host.
Yeah.
And he does stuff like rank the robot masters on which ones should be masters or worth, uprising versus which ones were just stupid, to rating like what Castlevania monster was the hottest.
Whoa.
Very, very interesting. I'm intrigued.
And most recently, he did a video about the Sonic Bible and which games are like blasphemous according to the production Bible.
Yeah, that production Bible is wild, huh?
It's nuts. Apparently, like we've heard it before. Like it's the whole like Sonic was originally a regular hedgehog named Sonny.
Yes.
No.
There's like but the problem is there's 10 different Sonic origin stories.
Mm-hmm. This must have been the first one or something.
Yeah. This was like the OG.
Because he was originally a bunny, and then he got changed into a hedgehog. He was originally part of a band. He had a human girlfriend named Madonna.
I'm connecting some dots here. Why is it always that things start as bunnies and then turn into something else? It's like Mickey Mouse, Splatoon, this like.
I think it's just
weird.
I think it's just because of Bugs Bunny. I think, and it's just sort of like
like a jumping off point. I guess so.
Bunny. Have you ever met a bunny? They're kind of cute.
Meta bunny? What's that?
Have you
Metabots?
met a bunny? Like, have you interacted with a bunny?
I
thought you were talking about Meta Bunny.
Meta bunny.
Fucking literally, I've met a bunny. Bunnies are cute.
Speaking of bunnies, Playboy actually contacted me to write an article about the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So if you look up Playboy Sonic the Hedgehog, you'll find my article about.
And they never contacted me.
Yeah, it's fucked up, fam.
No, at this point, so I made a reference. I've animated for a porno. You've written for a softcore porn magazine, and Nolan's done voice acting for a hentai. We got to get Daddy Jim into something.
It's lucrative, man. Doing porn is like,
I guess it was I guess it technically was an indie film. I voiced for.
I really hope.
I voiced for a softcore pornographic indie hentai.
Oh.
That's kind of fantastic. Yeah. Does it have a name, or you just don't want to say the name of it?
Oh no, I'm fine with saying the name. The only thing I'm concerned with is that annoying fans will swarm it and
I don't care. I'll say what I did. I worked on Jurassic Wood, Swollen Ding Dong.
Yeah, no,
I animated Mr. T and A.
you're fine with it because like you don't have people like constantly breathing down your.
I mean,
like the
get
corporation.
some
The corporation doesn't have to worry about that. Like what I did was for one person, so they would get constant notification blow-ups, and I'd feel terrible.
Oh man, people gotta do porn sometimes.
I didn't get
Happens.
paid for it. I was just doing it for a friend. So
Oh well, that too. Gotta help friends sometimes. Can make it. Yeah.
I'm a very good friend. Y'all don't know. Y'all know
Yeah.
the extent of how far I go for my pals.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's
I
good
would do
quality.
anything for my friends.
I would.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
But first, this video is sponsored by Pilot Penguin, who paid $100 to support us on Patreon. They want to promote their friend's YouTube and Twitter, Carl's Amateur Hour, a guy who streams his art on YouTube and draws a webcomic. Hallgrave, about two aristocrats exploring on a hot air balloon. It's very stylized like Tintin or Astro Boy. Go follow Carl's Amateur Hour and read his webcomic, Hallgrave.
We now return to the Transformers.
Was there anything animation oriented to talk
No.
about this week?
I guess
Okay,
Carmen San
cool.
Diego? Is that
Oh,
like the
and,
only
Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Oh,
the glitch
yeah.
thing, the glitch tech
Oh,
thing.
glitch text. Yeah. Yeah.
Those are like the only two things I can think of right now.
Yeah. Glitch text.
Yeah.
It looks
canceled.
really nice. I mean, the intro looked really cool.
I believe they're still gonna release it, but they're just like, yeah, we're putting this. We're not canceling. We're just putting it on hold to see how well it does. I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's I mean,
I think it's
You-
probably something like that.
I'm pretty sure it's just straight up fucked.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Pinky Malinky. That's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, that too. That was in production for a long time.
My name is Dimmy, and I got 3 dads, Timmy, and I'll pay bad. I got that song stuck in my head. It won't leave. It won't go.
What is that?
I haven't watched it yet.
I
What are you
don't
talking
think
about?
I know that is.
It's this rap that they did.
Oh, in Pinky Malinky?
Yeah, they did it like
Oh.
this kid has like 3 dads, and he's voiced by Nathan Kress from iCarly. It's terrible. I hate it.
Oh yeah, Young Justice just came back.
Like I kind of want to watch it, but I just never have. Because it's like, it looks
Yeah.
neat.
Honestly,
Too many shows in the world. Who
Yeah, there's a
could?
lot.
Young Justice season 3, I've watched it, and like, it's very much like you have to do a lot of homework to really enjoy it. Like you can watch the episodes and be fine, but like they don't really name characters. You just kind of have to like figure out who they are.
What a good
And,
show.
Like I don't know.
I said, what a good show.
I know. I don't think Young Justice is. I mean, because considering the fact that 3 new episodes just popped up, and I'm not seeing anyone talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like one
Well,
of those
it's
things where
on-
like people want, but no one actually cares.
It's on
Sometimes
the DC streaming app, so you gotta wait for that to pick up Steam.
I think Titans went international on Netflix, I think, which is interesting.
Shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that like wait, that's
The
out.
live action one. Fuck that. Yeah, that's out. Nobody knows.
What? I didn't hear anybody say anything about it.
I know.
Nah.
That's just how it be
Not even
sometimes on
for
this.
the lulls.
Nah.
I mean, I don't know. This isn't animation related necessarily, but Kingdom Hearts 3 is out soon.
Whoop.
I pre-ordered that last year, and I pre-ordered Resident Evil 2 against my better judgment because I live on my own,
Okay.
and I'm thinking about making Pan buy me Hitman 2 because that game needs more.
I've never played any Hitman games.
Why play Hitman when you can hit on a man?
Hitman 2016 is quite possibly one of the best games, like straight up, I've ever played. It's so good.
I think I've heard that before. Yeah, like there was a Hitman game that everybody, or like I saw a lot of people be like, "This shit's hype," and like they were really about it.
No, this game is the game is really hard to get good at, but it's straight up like one of the best fucking games I've ever played in my life. I love it. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 is so exciting. I wish it would be the last game in the fucking series though, because it's just like,
Do you think it's not gonna be? Do you think they're gonna make more?
no, they straight up have said that this is the end of the Dark Seeker Chronicles.
What's the
So
Dark
they're
Seeker
just gonna-
Chronicle? What does that mean?
It's the whole series thus far. It's like the story arc of Xehanort taking over.
Oh god.
Well, I guess they're gonna start fresh with the next one.
Yeah,
Well, so-
hopefully, maybe.
Oh, that'd be great.
Sora's gonna be the next. Sora's gonna always be the protagonist, but the idea seems to be that they're gonna do like a radically different story or something. I've also heard, huh?
The one that isn't just made up as they go.
Are you insisting that Kingdom Hearts story was not like planned out very well? Are you insisting?
No.
Yeah, what the fuck?
This shit is about as well planned as the X-Men cinematic universe. It's true.
Actually, come to think of it, I know for a fact that Nomura does right by the seat of his pants, like he's confirmed this before, but also like he straight up was like, I didn't know Kingdom Hearts would get a sequel.
That's what it feels like. Kingdom Hearts feels like, someone just went, that would be fucking cool, dude. And then they just didn't think about the ramifications of it.
Nah.
Well, Kingdom Hearts story is just like really good fan fiction. Like it feels like someone from Deviant Art from 2011
exactly.
wrote it.
Yeah, it's basically the Disney Doujinji, the Cartoon Network Doujinji of Disney.
Powerpuff Girls, yeah.
Bleedman.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Bleedman. Yeah,
Bleedman.
I love those comics. I made comics in a similar vein.
I haven't read them in forever, but I read them.
Rick and Morty is part of them now.
No way!
Oh shit!
Yeah, Rick and Morty is part of the Powerpuff Girls Doujinji now.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I
gotta look that shit up.
I'm not lying to any of you. One day I was like, man, I don't know what's going on with Powerpuff Girls Doujin. I should look it up.
I check in every once in a while too. Yeah.
Yeah. How could you not? Like,
he's still going. The fact it's that he's still going. That is like, it's so commendable. I'm just gonna keep fucking making it, I guess. Like,
I don't even think his art style is bad either. It's really, really good.
He keeps getting like better. It's definitely like, a certain way, but it keeps getting better.
I wouldn't even say his original art style draws as much ear as comics do. Like, it was like not great, but it was better than like what was coming out at the time.
He was always that one of those artists that like when I was like a little in like middle school and stuff, I'd be like, I want to be as good as Bleedman, and like he was just one of those.
Yeah.
That and
I want to draw panty shots. Yeah.
Panty shots. Wee.
X3.
Him and what was his name? There's a Deviant Art guy. Endling. Do you remember that guy at all?
Endling.
He would make like fairy tale sort of fan fictions type stuff where it was like Little Red Riding Hood and like all that sort of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was another one.
We're not talking about the OG Deviant Art artist, Tom Preston. Everyone
knows that. I actually don't know.
You don't know who Tom Preston is?
No.
He's the So You're a Cartoonist guy. He did cartoons for Brennel Floss. Basically, his shtick is that he just doesn't accept criticism very well, and he's all right. But it's like,
look him up.
Yeah, you should. It's grown to astronomical proportions, though, and it's really funny. I recently learned that Psy Guy, who was a big Sonic fan, who was ousted as a pedophile way back.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
He made a comic called Chaos Diamonds 3 that my friend
That's the one I read.
Yeah, oh my god, you read Chaos Diamonds 3?
Yeah.
Holy shit. My friend Gigi Pong, shout out to Pong, like sent me that comic, and then me and Robo and him did a video. I can't believe I met somebody else who read Chaos Diamonds 3.
I read the hell out of Chaos Diamonds. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, it's such a fucking train wreck. I love it.
It's so good.
It's so amazing. Everybody, y'all need to go read Chaos Diamonds 3.
It's
like
such,
Psy Guy.
like...
It's so telling of what Psy Guy is like as a human being.
Deplorable
man.
I know.
How so exactly?
Psy Guy's like legit just a pedophile. It's like there's nothing else to really say other than he's straight up
Oh, geez.
Well, egotistical, narcissistic, uses people.
Yeah, but I feel like saying that he's a pedophile is the general gist of everything.
Well, I mean, sure, but I mean, like it's not just that. Like that's a start of the list. There's a huge list of shit that like this guy is.
Top 15 reasons why Psy Guy is the worst. Number 15, he is a pedophile. Number 15, he's a pedophile.
God, I fucking love Chills.
It's so bad. It's so bad that like all his exes got together and made a call-out post, and every time he tries to make a new online presence, because he's trying to rebrand himself, because obviously Psy Guy is tainted and no one wants it. But like he made like a bipolar bear or something. Like it was a. it was weirdly like an insult to one of his exes, but also a character. Like it was just a weird jab, and like immediately that popped up, people like took him down, and so like he doesn't.
Okay, so his like exes came together like fucking Scott Pilgrim.
I was gonna make that joke.
Yes, too bad. I got it first.
The League of Good exes.
Yeah,
Imagine if, like in Scott Pilgrim, instead of fighting Ramona's exes, would just make a call-out post against Ramona.
Do you know how long it took me to put together this stupid call-out post? Like 2 hours.
Like 2 hours.
I love Gideon. He's such a funny villain, but such
he's
a dick.
great.
Yeah.
Well, Gideon.
Scott Pilgrim was way too good. Too ahead of its time.
Yeah, it's very good. I recently read. I read Seconds.
Mabel's gonna date me.
I haven't read Seconds
Recently-ish.
yet because it like is so fucking expensive. Like, you want me to pay $40 for this book? Are you kidding me?
I got it as like a hand-me-down gift, so I was just like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll read it.
Seconds is a hand-me-down gift, please and thank you. Also, I would love the colored Scott Pilgrim books, but yeah, no, that's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm really wanting to buy those. I'm just trying to find them on sale at one point. Like I'm waiting.
Good luck.
Technically, I could because I work for Oni Press, I could just be like, hey guys, can I have these? And I feel like they'd be like, yeah, whatever. But I never exercise that power because I feel like a douche if I ever do that. I don't know.
I mean, what you gotta do is you gotta pull a heist.
Yeah, I gotta heist them, and then I'll get caught, and they'll be like, whatever, just take it.
If you put this much effort into it, it's yours.
That's all we wanted. Just some passion, some commitment, you know.
Should we take a moment of silence for the Scott Pilgrim video game?
Oh yeah, didn't like that taken off everywhere?
It's still on my PS3, so if anybody wants to play, just hop on over.
Guess who's back? After a short vacation, Crash returns. This time he'll have to fight his way through huge, all-new 3D environments. He'll fly with a jetpack, surf on a jetboard. Yahoo! He'll even have to avoid a stamp-eating polar bear. It's a good thing he's got new moves, because he'll face plenty of dangerous new obstacles. Crash is back, and he's better than ever.
Who's the man? I think we know who the man is. PlayStation.
Is there a reason they did that?
Licensing issues.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
That sucks.
Is there what model of PS3 do you have, Nolan?
Slim.
Okay, because if you had like the classic one, that thing's gonna fucking explode soon. They say those like the first generation of PS3s last 10 years, and 2 of them that I got broke, and it's like, damn it, how am I supposed to play PS2 games now with a PS2? No thanks.
No,
I'm so mad the PS1 Classic is such a shit show, by the way.
Yeah.
Why don't these Classic come on disc drive?
Yes, just give us a disc drive, that way we can play whatever we want with HDMI. It'd be nice.
I mean, why? I don't see why they don't just make like a retro store for everything, you know? Like,
well, to do, but like like whenever they cycle over to a new generation, like all the like virtual consoles reset because you have to port it over to the new console and or whatever. It's
I guess that's got to be annoying. But I guess if they I don't know if this is possible, but like if they released like a classic of a console and then just had that have its own independent like virtual store, and you can just put whatever on it, and like
that's what I was thinking.
An SD card or something.
Yeah, make like a classic console that has like a supported store, and then you can like download games onto it, and it has a disc drive. Like I would pay $200 for something like that, or $300 even. Like if it was a PS1, 2, and 3, and it was like thrown all together. Like they fit PS3s inside DVDs, like Blu-ray discs now. Like there are PS3s that are basically DVD players.
Yeah,
that you can play games on.
I find it really funny that the PlayStation Classic is very similar to the PlayStation All-Stars.
Yeah, that's
where
what I thought.
They took a concept that Nintendo did and then did it work.
Yeah, no, it's
and without Crash.
No, it's very frustrating because like if you re-released a PS3 that was like pretty tiny and like had the PS2 and 1 backwards compatibility, everybody would be like, yes, give me it now.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that would work. I don't know. I'm not a games lady.
I mean, yeah, none of us know anything about
I don't
console
know.
architecture. It's like probably a lot more complicated than we're making it sound. But like,
I like to believe.
enough with the classic console bullshit, and just re-release your old consoles, but like more compact and cheaper.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to make it $300, fine, for 3 consoles and like an endless library of disc games I can play. Like, fuck yes, I'd do that. Absolutely.
Yes.
In a heart.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I get a SNES version of that. That's the only old
Yeah.
console that I actually like care about.
Speaking of SNES, speaking of the Super Nintendo, apparently people have data mined the Switch, and I don't know if it's part of the Nintendo, like the online like thing where how you get free NES games, but apparently there is a Super Nintendo emulator coming.
That's
soon
cool.
That has like 30
but
games.
their game selection sucks.
It has Super Mario World. That's all it needs.
I want more
Yeah.
Castlevania stuff.
Fucking the Wii had more selection in 2006.
Virtual
console.
What I really want is Switch needs to release a collection of the Mega Man Zero games. Am I right?
Didn't they?
I love this.
That'd be pretty good.
The Mega
Zero
Man,
is great.
I mean, Mega Man X collection and their classic collection sold pretty well, so you
Yeah,
know.
that's why I'm crossing my fingies. I'm like,
No, give us the also Legends. You know, just give everything you got. You know.
give us the Game Boy Advance.
Did you see the really cool thing?
Legends 3 is not coming out, Pan.
Well, they can still put 1, 2, and Tron Bond Adventures, and maybe the stupid racing game and whatever else
There was a
that doesn't fit.
Mega Man Soccer needs a
racing game.
Yeah, it was a racing game, but it was only released in Japan and Europe.
But did you guys see in Mega Man X they did a really cool like X challenge thing where you fight 2 of the bosses together?
Oh,
No.
That reminds me of like that reminds me of ROM hacks. Like there was a Kingdom Hearts 2 hack where they put all the Organization 13 bosses in one map and you had to fight them all.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, that just sounds like something that Square would do, regardless, because they hate us.
Yeah. SNES Classic. I missed the PS1 train, so I don't have any attachment to it personally. But yeah,
I'm attached to my PS2 a great deal. I miss that console. My only PS2 that I have that's working is has years of neglect, so it's gonna crash any second. But
oh no, that's like.
I'm really down for all these remakes that we're getting, like Crash Bandicoot and Spiral.
Cool.
I'm kind of hoping like Xbox might like jump on with a Banjo-Kazooie remake because
that'd be pretty neat.
Really cool.
That would be very interesting.
Well, they've already re-released.
I wonder if
Banjo
to do that.
They already released Banjo in HD, so they could do that. They could remaster it.
Maybe they will. Who knows?
Yeah. Rareware's got nothing else to claim, no other claim to fame. I mean, nobody bought that Pirates game.
Well, Rare's already said they're not doing it.
Well,
like if they were gonna do it, they would give it to someone else.
Oh, just like Killer Instinct.
Because like they're mostly just interested in doing pirate stuff. Right
Is
now,
anyone
I guess.
playing that crap?
I own it.
Well, that's you.
So on a personal note, for a very long time, I've always wanted a pirate open world RPG that's good. And then everyone yells at me, Assassin's Creed. I'm like, no, that's an Assassin's Creed game with a pirate skin. Not the same. And then I was like, oh, Sea of Thieves, finally. And it's like, it's not that great.
Is it not? Like, I own it, and I bought a subscription. I have a year's worth of Xbox Live. I just haven't had a chance to really, like, dedicate to it.
I don't know. It looks like samey and, like, repetitive, and there's not a lot of, like, it's not the thing. It's like... There's an itch that I need to scratch. It's like a pirate RPG.
Describe your itch. Like, what would be your ideal pirate RPG? What mechanics would be in it? I like talking like this.
Imagine like I've actually explained this before to people because they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, all right, well, imagine if the Fable series mixed with the with like Bethesda Skyrim shit, and it was like a good game that wasn't buggy and shitty and had like a nice art style. That's what I mean. Mix those two together.
So basically, like, just lots of like dialogue and like optional like skills you can pick up and stuff.
Yeah, and like a pretty good story with like an art style that isn't too gritty but isn't too over the top cartoony, but has like mythical elements, but it's like pirates. I don't know. I don't think it's that hard. People do pirate games, they don't do it right. I don't know.
It isn't hard. The problem is that people don't care and don't want it, except for you, which is the worst. I know.
Nicole, it's okay. I'm the same way. I really like pirates. Like I have a pirate tattoo.
I love pirates.
And-
I don't know why. People ask me why, and I'm like, I don't know.
At least there was a pirate minigame in Sly Cooper.
Oh God, I don't even remember that. I love Sly Cooper though. Sly Cooper's fun.
Oh my God, Queen, thank you.
Hey, remember Pirates 101? Classic.
Oh my God.
What's Pirates 101? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like a spin-off of Wizards 101. It's some MMO like in 2009 that nobody played.
I love that obscure ass fucking reference just straight up.
They advertised that always on Cartoon Network like 2009.
Wizards and Pirates 101, yeah.
Did anyone ever play? Okay, this is another weird nostalgic itch that I've been having recently. Does anyone remember the classic like Cartoon Network website where you would collect little JPEGs of stuff from shows and put it in a little room?
I did.
And there was like a black market trading, like
What?
fucking
What?
I'm exaggerating, but it was there were some that were really hard to get, and like I fucking love that shit.
Let me explain this.
I was super
awesome.
Let me
Okay,
explain
go
this
ahead,
shit, since it's essentially it's basically like the original Smash Brothers Spirits, except it's
Yes,
Cartoon Network
exactly.
on their website, and you just collect like little stickers and you put them in your little sticker book essentially,
I
just
had a
like
butt ton of
rearrange them.
Powerpuff Girls ones because that was
Colors
Yeah.
weave into a
and
smile.
if I remember correct,
Cartoon Orbit.
because but it was like it wasn't just Cartoon Network though. I thought it was also WB because I remember
I
getting
think
some of
was-
those
it was-
since
yeah,
there's, like, a
it was
Their
on
crossover.
animes like Dragon Ball Z were included and
Yeah.
stuff.
It was on their Cartoon Network's website, but they had a bunch of different stuff.
Like I thought you had to get like a code or something while watching the show.
No, that
Yes,
was for
yes.
some of them. Like you
Yeah,
could
some of
just
them, because
Okay,
yeah.
like on Cartoon Fridays, they would say the Cartoon Orbit code is
Yeah.
banana. Put this code in and get
then you
your
get
free
it.
C-Tune.
Yeah.
Orbit code! That's right! It's time for this week's Orbit code, the password that will get you this brand new C-Tune when you go to the Orbit section of CartoonNetwork.com. But wait! If you head over tonight, you can get a super special bonus C-Tune. But again, you can only pick it up tonight! How's that for incentive? Stick around, everybody!
Yeah. I remember one I got that I was really passionate about for some reason was Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures.
I love it. God, sometimes I catch myself when I'm like reacting to something involuntarily going, yeah.
Oh.
One more thing.
It's good.
Oh man, like they also had like a game included, like it was called GToons, and I don't understand what it was. It was like these rings.
It was like a weird pog looking thing where it was
Yeah.
I
I
played a bit
never
of
understood
that.
the rules.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either, but
Remember
I played it.
Jackie Chan Adventures? He's back in POG form.
Oh.
I loved the Cartoon Orbits thing
Yeah.
so much, but apparently at one point I forgot, like I got logged out because I was using I didn't have a computer for like a long time, and so I went over to my friend, and I guess I got logged out at some point, or they reset
Mhm.
something, and I didn't know what my password was, and I didn't know how to log back in, and I was so demotivated because I had such a huge collection and it's gone.
Oh, honey boo boo. I'm
I
sorry.
recently tried to relog into Guy Online also. I don't know
Wow.
what's with that.
Aw.
Fucking oh man. Guy Online was a thing for a while. Neopets.
Yeah, no, I
Just
remember
gonna name
Guy
all these.
Online.
Okay, since Cartoon Orbit's dead, can we call like the expanded cartoon universe the Cartoon Orbit?
Yeah.
Please, like that's
Let's
the
do that.
RKKO crossover thing. Forget the Nexus
Nexus.
title. Call it Cartoon Orbit in memory of Cartoon Orbit.
Yeah, Cartoon Orbit was great. That's good
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
I love it's like this whole chat has just like become guys, do you remember how cool video games were? I miss video games.
Yeah.
Oh, Fusion Fall.
No,
Fusion.
I'm currently like
Oh,
going
yeah, this
through
was
Cartoon
it.
Orbits right now,
Ah.
and like there was Code Lyoko.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
they had
were.
like
Okay.
Cardcaptor Sakura, the Gundam.
People gave a shit about Code Lyoko?
Yeah.
I didn't like Code Lyoko, but
Rude.
Thomas Romaine is
did.
like a killer artist. The guy who was on Code Lyoko. Oh, what? Yeah, I remember these. Oh my god, this is like my brain's like fucking lighting off fireworks. this is disturbing how much it's making my brain just like happy. This is like pure weird. It's very weird.
Endorphins shock you.
It's really it's kind of surprising me. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Oh yeah, all the gold ones.
This is straight up spirits. Yeah.
I realized that too because I was like, spirits is this again. I think that's why I was thinking about it.
Yes. I mean, they gotta like look. Cartoon Network needs to try again with a Punch Time Explosion, include their own spirits, and just bring back Cartoon Orbit.
Yeah, man, do it.
Yeah.
Do it, Cartoon Network.
See, the problem I have with like PlayStation All Stars and then Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion is that like the games are good, they're okay. Like they're just like if they got a sequel, there's a high chance that they could take what they learned from the first one and actually do something good.
They just need a good dev team.
I'm surprised there aren't more Smash-like games that are good because I can't really think of any.
They've been coming out recently more often.
Yeah. Like the thing is like Smash is just like it's the physics that are the most important part of the game. Yeah. And nobody really has the time to replicate those.
Yeah. Look at these. Oh man. Classic Powerpuff Girls, baby.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Like this is legitimately.
I love it. No, I'm so happy that I like. I'm not the only one. It was so fun. It's like I did that for hours when I was a kid. Just trolling for JPEGs, you know.
Pretty much is all it was, just getting JPEGs. Like I know when remember the Hub channel?
I remember the name, but I don't remember much about it.
It was the My Little Pony channel.
Tonight's C-Tune password is numbers.
Yeah, it was owned by Hasbro and stuff, but that channel did have their own Cartoon Orbit.
I like to think there was like controversy surrounding the orbits. Like people would make photoshopped images and they're like, no, you're lying, that's not a real one.
That's not a real one.
Oh yeah. Oh man, there has to be like some myths out there for like an ultra rare Cartoon Orbit. It's like you can't have it.
I'm sure there were.
Well, I had the gold ones that actually like animated. They had
some
like
animated. It was neat.
Some of those were like animated
They
GIFs.
made a gold Scrappy Doo pan.
Whoa.
A gold
That is
Scrappy.
worthless. That reminds me, like, I remember, like, a couple Comic-Con a few years ago, they had a contest, or not a contest, just, I don't know, it was like one of those, hey, for everyone in the audience, check under your seat, and whoever finds something, you get a prize, and it was an autographed poster by Stan Lee, and the poster is of Lego Marvel. So it just, like, balances out to being something kind of worthless. What sucks is I kind of regret taking that because I remember, okay, since there was a bunch of empty seats, I looked on the empty seats next to me, and some guys were like, "You really want that?" It's like, yeah, I do. And in retrospect, I'm like, I should have gave it to those guys. Fuck it.
You're an asshole.
Look, I wanted it with Stan Lee.
You're an asshole.
Look,
you're a scumbag.
What would you do in that situation? It's an autograph poster of Lego Marvel. What did I do?
Damn, dropping that hard C.
Oh, rude.
Also, I like to retract my statement saying the Hub was the My Little Pony channel because there's a show that deserves more
Dan versus
credit than that.
Which one?
Dan versus.
What's Dan versus? I feel like I've heard of that too.
What the fuck?
I'm so sorry.
Dan versus the show about the guy from Revenge of the Nerds playing an angry like incel that hates the world and gets revenge on everything.
Oh man, look at this guy. Oh,
look at this dude.
Look at this fucking guy. Oh man, he has a shirt that says "jerk" on it. Fuck yeah, dude.
That's why I meant my symbiote friend. Yeah, the jerk. Like my tsundere friend had a jerk shirt, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I say, I just went up to her. Well, that's how I first met. I said, hey, you is that a Dan versus shirt in front of the class, essentially? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, yes, this girl is so gonna date me, and we never dated, and she fucking hates me now.
That's so embarrassing. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's fucked up, fam.
This reminds me of the Clerks cartoon.
Yeah, how so?
I don't know. It's just for some reason. 'Cause it's just one of those like random niche cartoons that but I don't know.
For 20
I think it lasted 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, it did?
I mean, the Hub Channel ordered a bunch of episodes, so that's why 52 episodes. But yeah, like once the new year comes around for 2020, I want to do like top 10 underappreciated cartoons of the decade, like Dan versus, maybe G.I. Joe Retaliation, Renegades, or whatever it was. Yeah.
Trying to think of cartoons that like
Buddy Thunderstruck. Like, what would be cartoons that would be hidden gems from this decade?
You
that
remember
weren't popular.
Pelswick?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that would count, but
that's no. I mean like 2010 through 2020.
Oh, like more recent.
Yeah, this decade.
Oh yeah, we've talked about this before, but apparently, someone mentioned it. But the Dan versus Facebook is still going,
man.
Even now, and it's like it's just the guy who owns the Facebook. I think he's actually the creator of the show, but he just kind of uses it for his political rants at this point.
No.
What if no, here's a better idea. He made that page through his personal Facebook, but he forgot to turn off the post as person page.
Oh no.
Oh,
Facebook is confusing. It's okay. I understand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think would be like the underappreciated gems from this decade?
I liked Hollow.
Adventure Time.
Fuck off. That's mainstream.
There's a Netflix show called The Hollow, and it's the ending sucks, but like it's got a lot of reused animation here and there. So like I think a lot of people are going to call it lazy, but for the most part, I got pretty captivated. I was like pretty into it for the first like 3 or 4 episodes, and I cared about it enough to keep going.
I think
it's worth watching.
It kind of interested me because it was kind of like the Cube for kids or something. It starts out like that, but what kind of turned me off from it was the comic relief character who talks like a early 2000s guy who's like, "Go me, it's your birthday," and he's right behind me, isn't he? You know?
Can I like spoil it for a second?
What if I want to watch it again?
Well, it's just there's a part where I don't know if it makes it more cringy or better for you.
I don't know.
But another thing, Detention Air. That was really good.
Did that come out this decade? That's a Canadian show.
Yeah.
It didn't come out here, I don't think.
So, Canadian shows don't count?
No, because it didn't come out. Didn't that come out like 2008? Detention Air.
Let me double check.
I hear a lot of requests for that.
Guys, let's talk about Johnny Test.
I
think they should have used more whip cracks. Not enough.
Very, very interesting idea. Yes,
I remember there was that one commercial, like a promo they did, where it was the voice actor for Johnny Test, and he's just going around the studio and he's saying, we tried to find the perfect sound effect, and you know what? We found the whip crack, and like they were very proud of that. They were proud of the fucking whip crack. Like fucking Ed and Eddie just throws in every possible sound effect ever. Like they just get creative with them, but Johnny Test just like, one's enough.
Talk about a show with good sound in it. Fucking Ed and Eddie.
Yeah. Well.
Can I pause just for a sec? Because I want to go back to Johnny Test.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Which is the nail in the coffin for the Izzy. So Soulja Boy apparently released a single or something, and he decided to like you just trace over
Oh,
Johnny
I saw
Test.
that. I saw.
What is
Right,
with the
like-
rappers doing this? Like they trace over
know.
cartoon characters and just make them
What-
black and
I
stuff.
don't know. They
and-
just don't want to hire artists. I don't know. I have
like,
no
please,
idea.
some rapper contact me. I'll draw your thing. I'll make something original that looks slick.
He'll do it
you know?
for cheap too.
All I want to
Have
say.
you heard the song "Squidwards Nose" by some rapper? I like it, but
That's a good name.
but the album cover is of Sideshow Bob painted black.
Yellows and look like SpongeBob. You still rock bottom at the bus stop, bitch. Squidward nose up in your hole. Dick in the sandy cheek, she touch her toes. Eating like the tower of pizza. Eating my crusty crab pizza. I forget, bitch, I don't need her. Someone get Patrick a t-shirt.
But why? It's Squidward's
Yeah, I don't know.
nose.
It seems like a poor choice.
I don't know. They had dread.
Yeah.
Sideshow Bob has dreads, so you know.
Oh.
But I haven't heard the song yet. But if I ever do listen to it and there's no whip crack sound effects in the song, I'm gonna be very
Oh,
disappointed.
That's
man.
right. Not
What if
real.
there's a I don't know, whip that nay or whatever the kids are saying.
Oh, May.
Whip those
Yeah.
maymays.
Watch me whip.
Yeah, damn it.
And then Johnny Test needs to do that song, "Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay."
Oh, Wonder Over Yonder was pretty underappreciated. If we're still going on that string.
Wonder.
Yeah, that's
That'd be
fair.
a good
That's
one.
true.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a really good
Destroyed.
show.
Disney
I
was
haven't
like,
seen all of it, but yeah.
Disney was like, hey, hey, guess
Hey,
what?
Get out
And
of
then
here.
and then Craig's like, what? And then they like pick him up and snap his back.
Oh no!
I must break you.
It's like
Oh.
they banned him, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he
Broke
got
his
Craig's on
back.
Craig's on the floor saying, "Lauren, why?"
Lauren is riding like a Twilight Sparkle, and she's like, because, and then she just walks away on her horse.
Oh, isn't she? Oh, I forgot she's working on that new not Powerpuff Girls. What's the superhero girls?
DC,
Oh,
yeah, that looks
yeah.
nice.
superheroes.
Yeah, that looks
DC,
nice.
DC Girls Strike Back, the series.
Yeah, DC.
Oh.
You know, X-Men's got to do that again. You know, like X-Men Evolution, they got to bring back the Bayville Sirens. Remember that episode where all the girl X-Men come together, they dress in leather, and they form their own all-girl group,
And they start
fight crime.
Yeah, and they start like dancing in rotoscope.
Yeah, they steal
Yeah.
rotoscope scenes from like The Craft and Buffy and Coyote Ugly, and then they're just like fighting crime, and then it has this like really terrible song that goes along with it about like girl power. You know,
No.
I like that. Make that a girl show for little girls. You know,
I hate when I don't like when a show is like the way that they interpret it being for girls is being like girl power. You go girl. I hate that shit. It's
It's I find it. I mean, I'm not a girl, so I'm not the definitive end all be all on this topic, but I do find it very patronizing.
It is patronizing.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
I gotta read this
yeah.
comment. Someone says, Nick Shaw 94 says, Pan, did you even watch any episodes of X-Men Evolution besides that one?
No, not.
Rude. I watched every episode of X-Men Evolution. How dare you? In 5th grade, I dressed up as Nightcrawler, so fuck you, asshole.
You're so
Not a real
offended.
gamer.
You're so offended.
How dare you? That was like my favorite favorite superhero group, and then Teen Titans premiered, and I was like, fuck yeah, fuck X-Men Evolution.
Is X-Men Evolution the hill you want to die on for your taste in cartoons?
Is it? What?
To be fair, X-Men Evolution's pretty good.
Yeah, what the fuck, Nolan? What are you insinuating?
I'm insinuating nobody fucking.
Evolution. That wasn't the original one, right?
The 2000s one.
X-Men Evolution's the one where they decided to like take the X-Men characters and then age them down to teenagers.
Oh yeah,
and then
that
they're
was
in
a
high
good
school.
show.
Yeah, what the fuck, Nolan?
I like that show.
So technically, it's de-evolution. Bad cartoons,
Rude.
0 out of 10.
Bad
Rude.
cartoons can't
Look! I remember one time in middle school, like our teacher was talking about mutations, and then someone was the teacher was like, "Does anyone know anything about mutations?" And I wrote, "Isn't that like a form of evolution?" And the teacher was like really impressed with me. But you know what? I didn't study. I just watched X-Men. So fuck you, bitch.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Technically, the X-Men aren't evolving; they're devolving. I'm gonna need to write this down in my worst cartoons list on Crack.com.
Oh,
X-Men
man.
Evolution was like the only reason I knew anything about X-Men.
I had a small
Mhm.
little Burger King CD that had X-Men
Oh.
Evolution games on it, I think. I never
I
got
had that somewhere.
My computer could never run it though.
Oh man, I gotta find a bunch of those and then make a video on it. I feel like that's something Chadtronic would make a video on, just like all those Burger King X-Men toys.
Yeah, Chadtronic's busy like copying his brutal foods though. I'm on to you, Chad. You fucker.
Rude. How someone make those accusations?
I am making that accusation. I love my boy Ian.
I want to say like I was editing the Rugrats All Grown Up segment, and Chucky's room looks pretty much like Chadtronic's room because he has that gigantic fucking light bulb in his room and stuff.
God,
He's got all these stupid lockers and things. It's
is that the only correlation, or
just his room looks the same? And Chucky and Chadtronic, they're
is that all you got?
Look, I'm trying. You know what? It's better if you see it visually. Okay, me describing it out loud makes it sound stupid. Okay.
That's Pan. It is stupid. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say.
You hate X-Men Evolution, you dick.
I don't hate it. I was making a joke.
Oh, okay.
Was there ever a cartoon character's room that you wanted when you
fucking Arnold?
Arnold.
Yeah.
Arnold. Yeah.
That was the first one I thought of too.
Everybody wants his room. That bitch got a good room.
Man,
I like
his bed folds into the fucking wall.
No,
It's
it's
amazing.
afford that shit.
Isn't it a couch bed too? Like a couch bed that folds into the wall.
Yeah, he's got a remote that just like controls everything.
If Arnold lives in a boarding house, how come he's able to afford such a cool room?
Well, how does he?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm one of those people that like when a sitcom says that like these people live in a New York apartment and like it's way too big and fancy to be one that they could ever afford. That bothers me.
You can say Friends. It's okay.
Yeah, Friends, even Seinfeld or like
Seinfeld.
How I Met Your Mother.
Seinfeld's apartments were like, weren't they supposed to be kind of shitty looking? Because
but even then they were like pretty nice.
I mean, obviously the obvious thing is they did it for the practice.
Yeah, of course. I know that's why they did it. But like the one that bothered me the most was How I Met Your Mother. They had a large, nice apartment. And I was like, bitch, that ain't real. That's not for reals. But if it's like a cartoon, I don't care. Like Arnold can have a fancy ass attic room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
Yeah. I want to know what the story behind that room is. Probably like some sort of like leftovers from a 70s bachelor pad, for all we know.
God.
You never know. Someone's probably fucked on that sofa.
Go ask Craig Bartlett.
Yeah, let's go ask him.
Hey, okay, hold on.
Hey, Craig!
I met Craig Bartlett once.
Whoa!
And I like, it was like I met him for 2 seconds, and then I realized who he was, and I was like, huh.
No.
Hello.
No, and then you go, Craig, is it true that PodBean died? Ha ha ha. Yes.
Oh man.
God, that's the worst.
I remember there was this one podcast interview I watched of Craig Bartlett. Okay, so here's some backstory, but there was an episode where Helga and her
get on with it.
Her sister Olga, were arguing, but once they come to in terms of like they get along, like they have this weird scene where they just look at each other and freeze frames with a blue tint on it, and it just freeze frames them for 1 second, and then it goes back to normal, and it's like, what was that? And
wait, did that happen?
Yeah, it just shows that they get along now, and it just freeze frames with a blue tint, and then the rest of the episode continues as normal without explaining what the fuck that was.
That's weird.
And someone asked Craig Bartlett on this podcast, and Craig was like, "Yeah, I don't know what we were thinking. It was a good idea at the time."
I love that, but that's great. I don't know. Being honest about it.
Yeah, I was like, we don't know what that was.
Do we know how to make fucking cartoons? What?
It's like you're supposed to put like a blue tint and then just like a freeze frame on this segment, right? Yeah.
That shit's funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another thing that I don't. Okay, maybe this is. I don't know if you guys have talked about this before or what. But there's only one thing that I'm truly confused about as a choice, and that was the new Samurai Jack series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
gonna say? Like the part where like it's Ashi and Jack making out, and then they cut to black, and then they come back. Is there like a reason that it was like that?
I do
I
know
actually
that
don't
the
know.
I do know that the show was pretty rushed. I think I have a friend who told me that like their production schedule was very, very quick.
It just seemed really odd. My brother told me it was like an homage to this like one old movie, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I just remembered that, and I was like, huh. I'm not sure. It was a weird choice that I'm like, I feel like this feels like it was a choice, like on purpose for sure, and for a reason, but I want to know what it was.
Maybe it was just to make you think like the episode's over, but it's like, nah, we're still gonna do this. You're still gonna watch them do it.
It made like it was like a nice little moment, and then I was like confused. I was like, all right,
yeah,
well.
a nice little moment to some people.
Oh.
Sure, but yeah.
Oh man, some people were not happy with that one. Ooh,
Oh, really?
lad.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I could see people not being happy with that, but I don't know. I just thought it was cute. Don't gotta think about it so hard, everybody. It doesn't have to be such a thing. But yeah. What do you usually talk about on here, huh?
9/11.
Oh boy, don't get me started. Fucking, I used to know somebody. No, I used to know somebody whose parents, they were very anti-Semitic, and they
Whoa.
they were very like.
Here we go.
I don't mean to. We don't have to stay on this subject long. I just remembered like someone I know's parents were like. I would sit there and like their mom would just like talk to me about how like none of the Jews were there on the day that the plane. I was like, whoa, lady, what the fuck are you saying right now?
What the hell?
It was the most surreal, bizarre, terrible thing I've ever been party to.
Bizarre or facts?
Oh.
Nah. I love conspiracy theorists though. They're either like,
oh yeah,
I like to believe in some of these goofy things, and then other Jewish people made the earth flat.
I don't know why it's always. I'm not gonna get into this. It's just so.
Hey, welcome to Pizza Party, the only podcast where we can go from talking about like made up pirate games to actual Jewish conspiracy theories and how they're stupid.
It's
what
just
up?
So dumb. It's always that.
It's just kind of sad that like there's like conspiracy theories are fun, and then somebody comes in will actually
ruins it.
Jewish people, and then you're like, no,
I'm out. See you later. God. What's with so many things about Bigfoot these days, huh?
Yeah, very interesting that, huh?
Anybody?
Bigfoot?
Like there was that Littlefoot thing, and then Leica's gonna make a show about Bigfoot, or not a show, a movie.
And then in the Land Before Time, like, hello, people.
Bigfoot has like you could pick any cryptid. Bigfoot's like the most vanilla, normie ass, boring cryptid.
What man? Okay, really, you're gonna call Bigfoot fucking normie?
Well, okay. What about Flatwoods? Flatwoods monster.
Who the fuck's that?
The Flatwoods monster is the ghosty one, right?
Yeah,
it's like the one with
that
the
was in Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
that's pretty true.
Well, that's because Nessie's like not
talk about it all the time, though.
Nessie's not scary anymore because people would just draw porn of her.
Oh no, is that true?
They would draw like Unbirthing with Nessie.
Unbirthing? Jesus.
It's true. On For Affinity, there was this one comic with what's that one Pokemon that's basically Nessie?
Lapras?
Lapras, yeah, there's like this comic I'm following where a Pikachu is getting unbirthed by a Lacus, and I'm like, damn, y'all are going there. Imagine if there was like an InfoWars show, except instead of like politics, it was just about like fur affinity musings or like shit like that.
They imagine.
I'll make it, and I'll start a Patreon, and I'll get money.
Yeah,
do it.
That's how it works.
Do you speak? insane.
Bumblebee, rated PG-13.
So I finally saw Bumblebee in theaters like this last week. And yeah. So like when I saw the trailer, the first one that came out, I literally was like, this looks like Shape of Water, but with a robot. And I saw the movie with that in mind, and there's still scenes where it kind of works. I mean, it's more like a live action Iron Giant, really, if you have to make a comparison. But there's a part where like she's putting cassettes into his cassette player, and in robot mode, it's where his dick is. And so she like takes a stool and like stands up, and like my roommate's getting really frustrated with me because I'm just snickering. He can't be mad. He came home with a giant fucking stand with Bumblebee on it. So
Oh, what?
yeah. The people were like, we were trying to give it away, but no one wanted it. Do you guys want it? It's like if it fits in my van, I guess.
I want the Sonic the Hedgehog legs poster.
The same friend that worked on the Pickle Rick episode worked on that movie as a board.
What?
It's going in his room.
You can't just say this stuff to me and not just act like it's not a big deal.
It's so weird. He's a very talented, very cool dude, and like
he worked on the Sonic movie.
Yeah, he was a board artist. He posted about it on his Instagram, so it's not a secret or anything. I'm not getting him in trouble. He's just like
no, I know, but like he worked on the movie.
He did. It's true.
I want to know everything. Y'all don't understand my networking powers. Like this just happens to me on the regular. I like go onto somebody's page and like on Fur Affinity, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm secretly like the president of Algeria," and I'm like,
next
"Oh
podcast,
shit."
we're gonna have him on, I guess.
Hold on, I'm getting a note from my lawyers. Pizza Party is not allowed to make accusations about presidents of countries. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. After Panza monkey incident.
Whoop whoop.
If you recall, the monkey incident.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, we don't talk about it.
When did we get a lawyer?
How would Pickle Rick have legs? Oh, or like the.
It says dingling. Get it?
Oh.
Get it?
Oh God! Someone should edit the Sonic the Hedgehog like leg poster with a Pickle Rick.
Can you guys believe my head was not in the gutter for once?
He's just like a dude that was. He's like a friend.
It's a dickled Rick. Oh, Pickle and Rick both have rhymes with dick.
Whoever you are, I love you.
His name's Doug. That's how we got to the Doug Walker thing.
Oh my God, man, Doug, how unfortunate.
So, guy named Crystal asked for Nicole, what was it like working on Steven Universe? Let's just get this question out of the way.
It's fun. Everyone's really great. I'm learning a lot, because everyone's very talented.
How does it feel to be the center of controversy?
I don't notice it, and I never have. I mean, I haven't been on it like a ton. It's been like a year, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
As someone who's been on both sides, probably for the best, you don't.
I've heard about it before I worked on it, and then like everyone. It's funny because one of my friends on the show, like she was like warning me, like did you put it in your description that you work on Steven Universe? Because I don't know if you should. And I was like, well, I already did. Nothing's happening. I don't think anyone cares about board revisionists, luckily. So hey.
Oh man.
So it's fine. But like
I like how there was an internal warning. Probably shouldn't do that. And you're like, what could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly? Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things that, as long as you don't pay it any mind, I feel like.
You don't feed the hashtag trolls like
sure.
makes 10 Steven Universe essays. Actually, I have never worked on a cartoon before, so I'm gonna criticize it all I want.
Yeah, but
I got my diploma at a community college. Dolan and Nolan have 2 swollen colons, says Robo was here.
Oh, that rhymes. Wow.
It does. I wonder if Danger Dolan would want to be on here.
I know Hellbent follows me, so
Who's Hellbent?
He's one of the guys who contributes for Danger Dolan.
Oh, hey Hellbent.
He's the devil guy. He talks like this.
Is that why his name is Hellbent? Is because he's a demon?
Yeah.
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 I guess.
It's just something about pants, like, oh yeah.
I guess.
Oh wait, no, like actually we did discuss this. Dale Woodlock says favorite Titmouse show. The Deadpool pilot that never happened.
Oh,
I didn't
Motor
even know that was a
City,
thing.
give me the titties.
I downloaded it, Nicole, so I can send it to you. Like I sent you that SpongeBob musical. You're welcome.
Oh yeah, I still
Did you
gotta
watch
that? I
Fucking
still gotta
watch
watch
it.
it. I know. I
Watch
should have
it.
watched it when I was sick.
Yeah. Oh,
That would have been.
that SpongeBob musical got the fucking shaft. It makes me so mad.
Oh no! Wait, it got the shaft. What happened?
Yeah, it got like 12 Tony nominations.
Oh,
including best musical, and then like it didn't win any except for like 2 of them, and then it just ended. Basically, it's
they're not showing
tour
it
now.
Oh,
It's going on tour now.
Oh, I see.
Which is frustrating because Anastasia was pretty good, but it's still showing, and I'm like, Don Bluth didn't deserve it.
My favorite Titmouse
Question.
show. Wait, shit. It's I think it would have to be Venture Bros. Is Venture Bros Titmouse?
I was gonna say that. I was genuinely gonna say that. I think later seasons is animated or produced by Titmouse.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. It is.
Venture Brothers is so good.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Venture Brothers.
Brothers.
My joke lately has been saying something
Dan
funny.
Vulture. And
Dan
this
Vulture.
And this is my brother Hunk. And we fight the butterfly. Yeah.
The bumper fly.
So is a hot dog a sandwich? I think it's a taco.
No. It would be more of a taco, I guess.
A hot dog is a hot dog.
It is. It is.
So other questions.
I don't know, Pan, pick them.
Oh, okay. No, this is legitimately something that someone said, like, who's disappointed at Titmouse for animating Big Mouth?
It's a job.
Yeah.
Also, I actually, maybe this isn't a popular opinion, but I watched all of Titmouse, like the 2 seasons. You
watched all of Titmouse? The entire everything?
Titmouse, Big Mouth. God damn it.
Big Mouth.
Sorry. They rhyme, okay? Kind of. I don't know. My brain's not working. Hey guys.
It's one of those rhymes that's like not necessarily a rhyme, but it like has a
rhyme.
Yeah, adjacent rhyme. Rhyme Jason. Yeah.
I watched all of Big Mouth, and it's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I guess maybe that's why I didn't think it was that bad.
It just seems kind of obnoxious and unnecessary to me.
It's obnoxious, but when I actually watched it, I was like, it's not a Brickleberry. That much I'll say. It's not a Brickleberry. It's not a Paradise PD. It's
that's a thing.
It's like, yeah. I watched an episode of that. Yeah, it's not that bad, but it's not great. Like that's the thing. I don't know, but yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't. It's just one of those things where like I see so much people talk shit about people's resumes, or like, man, I would really hate it if someone worked on so and so show, and it's like, people have bills to pay.
You ever live in Los Angeles? That's fucked up, fam.
Yeah, it's tough out here. You take anything you can fucking get. Like
Yeah.
I tested for Big Mouth, and I tested for what was it? This other show that was really garbage. I think it was like Legends of Chamberlain High. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah, the basketball show.
I tested for that because I was just like, I was broke, man. You need a job, baby. It's just how it works. Yeah. So luckily, I mean, not lucky at the time, but I didn't get either of those. But like, you got to.
The irony is that I almost worked on Brickleberry.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A friend of mine worked on like he does. I'm not gonna name drop him, but he worked on the Adventure Time comics, and he worked on Frisky Dingo and a few Adult Swim shows, and he had connections, and I think they were hiring people to be like, they're going to teach people how to use Toon Boom so they can animate for a new show.
Yeah.
And I was just told it was Bento Box, and they're the people who do at Bob's Burgers. And so I was like, oh, cool. Obviously it's not Bob's Burgers, but it'd be pretty cool to work on something that they are. I didn't have the money to move to Atlanta, Georgia at the time. So I wound up like not getting the job because of that.
Right.
And then later I found out it was Brickleberry. So part of me is like, I dodged the bullet. But
yeah, it's always one of those weird things where it's like you're bummed you don't get a job, but if you find out it's a show that's like not great, there's like a silver lining.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. It's yeah, because I have a friend who worked on Chamberlain High also. And like he's a fantastic artist. It's the thing is it's never that like there are fantastic artists that have to take not great jobs because that's just kind of how it is. But
or have to draw in a style that like
exactly.
they can clearly do better. Like I talk shit about a lot of shows, but like I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Can I answer a personal question that was thrown at me in the chat? Go for it. You guys be okay with it?
Do it.
So someone asked me how's teaching going, and we just started this week for a new semester. I'm teaching an advanced and an intro 2D animation course, and I have kind of a heartwarming story. So basically, as a transgender person, I kind of, at the beginning of each semester, I just kind of out myself because I don't really want speculation or rumors. I feel like just owning it is the best method. And so part of that is I go around the room and have people introduce themselves, name their favorite cartoon character, and because I'm trans, I ask people to do their pronouns just to, let people. And so I found out that like one student only uses they, them, or she, her pronouns in my class. Everywhere else they're he, him. And I thought that was really, really cool to find out. This semester, a trans boy came up to me afterwards and was like, I'm really thankful you asked for pronouns. That is so cool. Super, super excited about it. However, I got like one trans boy, a couple of non-binary students, and then I get at least one joke pronoun that's always super annoying. And the dude said the dude's pronouns were the dude. And so I'm doing my best to constantly use the dude as the dude's pronouns.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's Jeff Bridges.
Because I'm taking the question seriously.
Okay.
He sealed
but
his
to be
fate.
fair, but to be fair, those are pretty cool pronouns. I'm not
Yeah. Pretty sweet
Big
fam.
Lebowski, baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
it
no
is.
joke. Like he could have done something offensive, but instead he was like, "No, I want to be the fucking dude." Like, damn,
I'm the dude.
Shit, man, I can't take that away
It's
from
my
you.
time.
Fuck.
It's my time.
The dude also left early.
Oh well, shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like that dude slapped my girlfriend's ass. That's his girlfriend. That's his girlfriend now. Fuck.
Oh, God.
It's like when people ask me what school I went to or go to. It's like, oh, I already had a fan try to fucking talk to me at my school. It was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing's like I'm starting to age out. Like I guess the people who listen to Pan's channel or watch Pan's channel, it's like not super young. Like they're getting older. Like I guess because Pan talks about more retro stuff than new stuff. And so like for the first like 3 years of teaching at the school, I would get at least one or two people like, oh shit, it's Izzy. And they recognize me from the podcast. Like, or there'd be people not in the class, but using the computers. And like, I remember one being like, wait, your animation, your name's Izzy, that voice. Are you on the Pizza Party podcast? I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, no, that's happened to me too. Like there were 2 or 3 classmates at my old animation class that recognized me, and I was like, oh.
The only time it's only happened to me a couple times. Like I used to and sometimes I figure out new ones, but like I used to work at the Nintendo store in Manhattan, and every once in it was a really fun job actually. But and like every once in a blue moon I get a new person that's like, yeah, I saw you in the Nintendo store, but I didn't say hi because also I didn't want to bother you, and I was like, oh.
But it's like when we were at work, you should bother me. I hate my job.
Bother me, please.
Yeah, it reminds me of when Joji, aka Filthy Frank, was like, when he's with when he gets bothered, quote, he's like, do it when I'm with a girl, like that looks hot.
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, same. Like, why can't people come to me when I'm like talking to somebody really important? they're like, oh, dude, you're that cool guy, and I'm like, yeah, I don't have time for autographs right now. Which is weird because my voice is like very, very, very minuscule compared to like everybody else's, but I get recognized, and it's really weird to me. It's just like, do I deserve this?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I did have one weird encounter that's not podcast oriented, but just to really like illustrate how small the world is.
Mm-hmm.
There was a student in my class last semester whose sister was dating my ex.
Oh no.
Who I kittened for at the last burlesque show.
Oh.
What
So,
a
yeah, it
weird,
was just, like, long.
Yeah.
And then on
Oh,
top of
gosh.
it, I used to go to these parties, and her coworker knew who I was. So it just
Interesting.
that was weird.
I
Very-
find more and more small world things happen all the time, and it really boggles my mind sometimes. It's very strange.
Someone really wants to know what our thoughts on the fact that Norm of the North has a sequel, which is the first I've heard.
It has four. It has four sequels.
Let me explain
It
to
has
you.
four?
I guess, okay, here's what's crazy. Like, about 6 months ago, I was on some secret forum, and I was communicating with people, and it turns out that someone just leaked Norm of the North 2 and 3. Like, they released, well, it's 2 40-minute long movies edited together, and that just got leaked online. And like 6 months later, here we are in January, where they released it in both in theaters and in streaming on the same day.
God. What a weird... I forgot about Norm of the North, to be honest. I just completely packed that away.
Normies of the North, or Normie of the North Star.
Normbin of the Normbo. Do you guys remember when I was funny? Because I don't.
Time to go on /E. Haha.
Right now, your question choices are what 2 genres you would think would work well together, or do you consider art, or do you consider porn art?
What?
Porn is absolutely art.
Yeah.
If Randy Pitchford is anything to go by, art is like magic. Porn is like magic.
You want to explain that situation?
Sure.
I don't know if this is
for a question, but I'll explain real quick.
I mean, can we talk about this with someone who's working on a cartoon right now? I don't know.
Yeah, who cares? It's fine.
Okay, so Randy Pitchford, I think the president or whatever of Gearbox, who stole what's it called, Borderlands. I don't know. He just left his USB drive at a medieval times restaurant or something, and it was full of what he claims is barely legal, but other people are saying those girls ain't legal at all. And yeah, and then he went on a podcast trying to explain himself, and the Critical made a video about it. I'll link it below. But essentially, in this video, like, Critical's playing like the podcast Randy Pitchford was on, and Randy Pitchford's like saying, "Look, this wasn't porn. I wasn't doing it to pleasure myself. I just watched this because I saw this girl, and I'm gonna get explicit here, but she squirted, and I thought, wow, this is amazing. It's like a magic trick. It's really crazy." So
it's like sleight of hand.
I downloaded the video just to see, just to analyze and get some inspiration for it. Like, I don't feel this woman's pleasuring herself. I feel she's a magician, and it's just a fucking mess.
It's a woman who is masturbating, and when she has some experience that appears as if she's having an orgasm, a huge amount of fluid comes out of her vagina. She has some kind of an explosive orgasm.
Hey, Jay.
This is not a sex worker. This is a fucking magician. I purchased one of her videos. I wanted to watch this.
You wanted to work out the method.
I wanted to work out the method, but it was late, so I copied it over to this memory stick. It's a combination of camera work and sleight of hand, and I never saw like a turkey baster or whatever it was that she was using to deliver the fluid.
goods, yeah.
But there was some method here that was like, oh my god, this is genius. It was super clever.
Randy Pitchford pulling the mental gymnastics like he did for Aliens Colonial Marines.
It's called hentai, and it's art.
Also, Nicole, in order to absolve yourself from any legal sins, don't you just have to go like, my views and opinions are my own?
Oh, that's right. I should probably do that, huh? I've never. I put it on my Twitter, but yeah, okay. So my views are my own. They're not Cartoon Network's or Steven or any of that.
Steven himself.
Steven himself does not have these opinions.
Zach Callison like breaks down the door and starts screaming about how cocaine is okay.
Oh, this reminds me. Like, I remember, I think there was a convention in Florida. One of my fans went up to the Q&A part of like a panel with the voice of both Steven and Connie, and my fan just said, "Hey, have you heard of Pan Pizza? He's pretty great." And he's like,
"Oh,"
and he's just saying, I don't know, my fan's just telling poor Steven, just like, yeah, he has a problem with goth girls and stuff. You should go look at him. It's like, oh no.
It reminds me of the person who did the Voltron Q&A, and they just talked for like hours.
Don't make fun of our fans. No.
I don't care.
I don't know what their end game was. Oh yeah, they
buy
want. Okay, the guy.
Buy me Hitman 2, and I'll stop talking shit.
The fan who I'm sure is watching this video, and I have no hatred against. He's cool, but look, we all done things we all regret.
Good fucking job.
I don't know what to say about this. It's just like I find it funny, you know.
That was smooth as literal like fucking sandpaper.
I don't know what to say, you know. It's just like he was trying to.
It's always weird when people do awkward stuff at panels, like going up to Ian Jones Cordy and like him calling you out and you duck really quickly.
Shush.
I don't know why you did. Was that just like an involuntary reflex? Like, why did you do that?
Oh, I don't control myself, you know.
Someone asked how to deal with artistic burnout, and that's very topical for me right now, especially.
Do you?
Please explain.
Yeah. What do you do to mend your wounds, your artistic burns?
It really depends. Like sometimes it's worth it to just sort of step away for a while, because like I definitely like there. It depends the kind of like what you're feeling you should do at the time, because there's several different things. Because sometimes it's better to draw through it. Like, and that in that instance, I would say draw stuff you're particularly not good at drawing, because it's like you know that you're not good at drawing it, so it's like at the worst you're learning how to draw something you don't normally draw, and you're already expecting it to come out not great, so you're not disappointed when you like are, you know, it's like a way to help yourself while experiencing burnout or like feeling bad about what you're making. And then sometimes it's worth it to step away and just like do something else, have another hobby, go for a walk.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to whatchamacallit, like I know I have a problem sometimes with like if I look at too many like too much art stuff on Twitter or Instagram, sometimes my brain feels a bit overloaded.
Yeah, like you feel like you're not good enough, or like you're not progressing like you should be.
It definitely happens. Yeah, it definitely happens. Like it's, you know. Yeah.
If I could contribute, because I've also been having like general burnout with life itself. Good Lord. One thing that I've come to realize is that there can be several types of different burnout. Like even in regards to art, like you can be physically burned out from drawing, or you can be creatively burned out or motivationally burned out. I've come to realize. And
there's a lot of different kinds.
Yeah, if you're physically burned out, like make sure you're doing your stretches.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Get up from your desk, walk around.
Walk around, like get a drink of water. People are like,
drink water.
That's so neurotypical. No, like you do not realize how far you've gone without water until like you realize you've been drawing for hours.
It's worth it. Water is never bad. Sometimes you should just drink it.
Like if you have a bad headache, like most of the time, it's like, oh, I haven't been drinking or eating enough. Like go drink your water.
It's true.
I cut soda almost exclusively out of my diet. So I just drink like water.
I still have to do that. Yeah. don't drink it as much as I used to, but I definitely am like weaning myself off of it.
It's like soda's like shockingly bad for you, especially diet sodas, because they
man,
have like
it's shockingly bad for you. It's literally a liquid candy.
no, like
Even
like
Sprite?
diet soda especially. Diet sodas especially.
Oh no, diet soda is awful.
You know what's
like they replace sugar with more cancerous stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's a good like middle ground? Because for me, the draw of soda was just the fizzy and the cold. Just have
like a club
seltzer
soda.
water.
Yeah, seltzer water with like
that does it for
no,
me.
it's gross.
No,
I don't like
It's
it.
good.
You don't drink just the seltzer water, you dingus. You get like Neo or something and you pour it in there.
You could do that too.
No, because like every time someone gives me like fizzy water, the face I make is apparently really hilarious. 'Cause, like I literally felt betrayed by someone handing me it before. It's so gross. I hate it.
Okay, but like listen.
I drink tea.
Tea is also good.
It's got water in it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, just try to find alternatives to soda. Like soda's okay to drink every once in a while, but like soda actually is like one of the sneaky things. This like people are like, oh, some stuff is really bad for you, but like no, soda's the sneaky boy. Soda's the sneaky boy. Looking out for.
That's the thing. It's like I've always been really self-conscious about the fact that soda is really bad for you. So like when people say it's sneaky, it's just like you just don't pay attention to what you're eating or drinking. Because like you look on the bottle, it literally says like 40 grams of sugar. Do you know how much 40 grams of sugar is?
Yeah, no, but like
That's like
food, it's like
4 tens, and that's bad.
Yeah. No, but like with soda, it's like with food, you see it on your plate and you're like, man, this is a lot of food. But with soda, you're like, you just drink it and you don't think about it.
Yeah.
So it's like, so then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, I drank like 3 of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just very like I look at carbs and sugars now because I'm doing keto.
Mm-hmm.
So like, which I'm back on it. I keep getting down to 275, and then I'm like, oh cool, I can take a break, and then I indulge myself too much, and then I'm back to 300, and I'm back at 280 right now. So hey,
nice.
Yeah, just it's super hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I'm super self-aware of like everything now.
Yeah.
Because like,
I'm about to,
one,
like,
I want to lose the weight, but I also want to keep it off.
Yeah.
And carbs aren't inherently bad for you. That is true. You have to have carbs.
Yeah.
Like I'm not one of those people that's going to try and like pretend that like oh no, never eat carbs. That's wrong.
Just a quick interjection, and we'll keep talking about this. Peter Griffin is the most epic character of all time. All right, next.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
But yeah, I'm actually like about to start working out with the trainer and stuff like next week. So I'm about to be in the same boat of just like being very hyper conscious of everything I eat and do. So hooray.
Everything is awful.
Everything is bad.
We should start like an animator like weight loss thing or something.
That's what Jax Blades does.
Yeah, Jax Blades already got the receipts on that one.
All right, well I'll start talking to Jaxie boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what questions?
Someone says, I'm working on my first portfolio for art school. Do you guys have any advice on applying for art school?
I normally say don't go to art school, but
costs money.
So yeah, my opinions are very mixed on this subject.
Same.
Izzy, what school do you say avoid going to?
I mean, obviously the art institutes are evil.
Yeah, art institutes are bad. Yeah. My brother went to one.
Yeah, because I went to them. I taught at one.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would say like, okay, number one, art school, it's totally dependent on you if you want to go. And if you think you need it, then you need it. You know what I mean? Like it's like go if you feel like you need to, and don't if you feel like you don't. When it comes to art, at least. And then as far as a portfolio, I mean, every school's different. It's good to have a variety. Usually they're looking for a mix of like proficiency in just drawing, knowledge of different aspects like color, composition, all that good stuff.
Yeah, the general gist I get is variety is the spice of life for your portfolio. Yeah. You want to show how much you can do and how well you can do all of it.
Yeah, and it also depends like I don't know, it depends a lot of stuff. I know there's certain colleges that are harder to get into, or they're expecting certain different things, but variety is always usually a good default, I think. And just make sure you got drawings and sketchbooks and all that shit. You know?
So being an artist is terrible.
I only studied graphic design at my school since that's all they had, so fuck school.
I went to a not great school for what I wanted, a Fashion Institute of Technology in Manhattan. Not a great place. At least when I went. I only went for 2 years, and then I was like, nah, fuck this. And then I left. I had gotten yelled at. I had gotten, like, told that asking questions was, like, it made me seem like a know-it-all when I just was like, I just want to learn.
Yeah.
And, like,
that's one thing I'd like to suggest. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yes, please. It was filled with the stereotype of, like, the teachers that were there because they couldn't just have an art career. And I know that sounds really shitty to say, but that's kind of what it was like at my school. And then, like,
not all art teachers, Izzy. You're okay.
No, absolutely not.
I know. Like, but with that being said, so like my first class every semester is like one, outing myself, doing an introduction of what I've done, and then also kind of like the spiel of, hey guys, I'm not a lecturer, like I'm not an educator. I just happen to teach two animation classes. I do this full time.
Yeah.
I'm an associate lecturer. I literally know nothing about the school. like everyone keeps asking me like, where do I go for this? I'm like, I don't know. I teach 2 classes. I'm in here and I'm out and I'm working home, you know? So like that's kind of like I do it not so much that I'm insecure. It's more that, hey, I want to give you guys the confidence that I do know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
you know?
of course. Yeah, it's like I don't want to dunk on art teachers at all. It's just that the place I went to, it was like either people that their heyday is long past and they still think you walk into a place with a physical portfolio and say, "Hire me, Buster," and like whatever. Or it's someone that's like, they're clearly bitter because they thought that, I don't know, like I had one teacher that was like, he yelled at me in front of everybody and then like sent me to the head of the department like it was high school because he thought I was being like insubordinate, and I was like, no. I was just picking up my stuff. I don't know, it was a whole thing, but it's don't go to FIT sucks. Go if you want to be a manager in H&M.
Oh,
as an instructor, I fucking love it when students ask questions. Like, obviously, like I get really annoyed when the question is something I've already went over or just went over, and the question's like, hey, can you repeat that or can you show that again? It's more like, hey, ask the question that, and then it's like I just covered it like 5 minutes ago. Like that's really frustrating. Like it's obvious that you're on Facebook.
Can you repeat the question?
If they're being, difficult and like being like not paying attention. But no, it was like,
someone asked what my teaching skills are like or something, and sorry to like make so much about my classroom this podcast, but my teaching style is I do the project that I require them to do. So the first hour class is public critique, where I open up whoever turns in their actual assignment and I go through my solutions on how I would go about what they did.
God,
and
that's
I
so
found
much
that as
fun.
it's super useful, I feel like, right? Like because it's real world experience. It's like, oh yeah, here's this thing and there's how you could do it faster or more efficient. And then that's the first half. The second half of class is me doing the project that I'm having them do that week. And so for me, it's just like, instead of trying to remember stuff, it's me going through it, and then they have questions. It pops up, and then also if I stumble upon something, I teach them that part. And then I give them usually about a half an hour in class for them to start the project, with me being a safety net where they can ask a question and forgot what they're supposed to be doing.
That's neat.
Yeah.
See, like, okay, I learned through like college is not where I learned a lot of my art stuff. I learned a lot of my art stuff
Same.
I learned it from an outside mentor from the town I was from. He was like this really, really crazy talented dude named Jeffrey Fisher, and he was like this illustrator that like did outside classes of figure drawing and stuff. And in those classes is where I learned like everything. And I went from high school throughout college. Like I would leave Manhattan to go back to Long Island on it every week to like go to that class because I was so desperate because college wasn't doing anything for me. I was like, ah. But like, yeah, that's mostly where I got me education.
I learned through on the job. I started working on this show called Anime for YouTube. And like I knew how to draw. I knew how to draw art styles. I just didn't know how to use Adobe Flash yet. And so I literally got paid to learn how to use Flash, which was pretty cool.
That's pretty rad. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, right?
Those are always the riskiest jobs. It's like you don't know anything, but you need a job, so you're like, okay, I'll do it. And then like
I
you
know.
have to, like,
every person I know that has a cool job, they applied and they're like, hey, do you know how to do this thing? And they go, yes. And then the next day they spend the entire day learning what they just agreed to.
I think I got to start doing that more often.
Fucking jump into it. Just go in raw.
Say yes, man.
Better to go in raw than not at all.
I've definitely learned Flash things on the job. Like I learned about symbols because I had to. Like I just had to. Because I did clean up for this random music video thing. And like, yeah. They had a bunch of symbols and symbols and symbols, and I was like, "What's happening?"
Logos, what the heck? Yeah, it's kind of like what happened with me right now, because like someone said, "Hey, we need you to design logo and mascot for our team. Can you do that?" It's like, sure. It's got to be on Illustrator. Yes, I can do that.
And it's funny. It actually paid off. Learning about the symbols thing on a freelance job actually really paid off because I ended up like I worked on the remaster for Full Throttle with Yada, and like that was just symbols the job. Like
that's a whole Yada nothing.
Of symbols and a lot of knowing. But yeah, like it was like if I hadn't learned that before, I wouldn't have been proficient at it when I needed it again. I don't know. It was cool. It's one of those
No,
things.
for sure.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, yeah. I got some news, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, so for Super Bowl, for the next Super Bowl 2019, February 3rd, Maroon 5 is gonna play the halftime show, but they released a trailer on Twitter, and for like a brief second, in the 26-second mark, SpongeBob shows up for a few seconds.
No, shut up. Are you serious?
Yes, it's happening.
Are you fucking...
They're going to do some... Maroon 5's going to play something, and there's likely some relation to SpongeBob. Check the Twitter for Maroon 5.
They're probably going to play Sweet Victory then.
Hopefully.
Yes. Are you kidding me? Because that's going to be awesome.
People were petitioning for like Sweet Victory to be played at the Super Bowl in honor of Steven Hillenburg. Yeah.
God, yes.
So it's
God,
like...
yes. That's awesome. Fuck. That pumps me up. Fuck
yes.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yes.
Shit.
Someone legitimately thought Pam was gonna say Nesca's preggers.
Uh-oh, hot dog.
If that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen at MomoCon for sure.
That's
what save that announcement.
Better to go in raw than not at all.
Oh my god. Okay. I guess
just so you guys know. No, Panton literally just says a bunch of catchphrases. Like,
wiggity whack, I'm on crack.
Legit, any response.
Gotta have a catchphrase.
Any response he says, it's just straight up like, yeah, it's just you can say like something
tastes bad.
And away
this grass is ass.
Because like you could have like a really heart to heart with him. And just be like, Pan, I just want to let you know you're like one of my best friends. I really appreciate you being in my life and giving me a chance. Yeah.
Yellow.
Grass is grass.
It must be Ramadan because I gotta go fast.
What?
Yeah.
That makes no fucking sense.
It does make sense.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, fast. Damn it.
Yes. See?
Got it now.
You got it.
This was a good episode.
One.
This is a good podcast.
That's debatable, but okay.
Oh, come on, Nolan, stop being cynical.
Listen. It's been great having Nicole on. She's very funny. I can't say the same for Pan, however.
Oh, but I'm here. Stephanie.
Pan shows up. Pan shows up nonetheless.
Oh. Oh.
Damn.
Is Maroon 5 an emo band? Because that means I would like them.
Shut the fuck
Is that Stephanie?
up.
It's me, Stephanie.
God, I hate it.
Emily.
Oh.
This is the worst. We're done.
Feed it to the TV.
No.
On a side note, Nolan, thank you for getting Defunctland on here because, like, I watched it, I showed it to my my roommates, and every time there's an episode, we watch it together in the living room.
Oh,
neat.
that's so sweet.
Speaking of Defunctland, I think it's time for us to get Defunct out of here.
Oh my god.
I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah. For one
Hooray.
episode, can we just replace Pan with Nesca?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down with that, man.
Rude.
I love that line from Cool Cat. Hey, let's go clean up the tags we put down. I'm down with that, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll go clean up the tags we put all over the neighborhood. All right. From Pizza Party, I'm Nolan. Who are you guys?
I'm Pan, and this is my sister, Stephanie. I'm Stephanie.
and our guest?
I'm Nicole. I go by Shnikkles. Watch Steven Universe on the 21st, baby.
Is there anything you want to promote or say before we head off here? You want to drop?
Pretty much just watch Steven Universe and keep an eye out for Pizza Run. It's an Oni Press comic. It's not out yet. Working on it. Yeah. That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
So this has been the Roundtable with our special guest from
Yay.